of course, works with third-party providers like YouTube, and they set up that they can have what we call an API, an application program interface, to go with YouTube. I can shut my volume, my speaker. I don't need my speaker here. Okay, so we're ready to go. Any comments that I need to address, please put them in the chat. And Issa's here, your TA and grader for this section, and she'll address any issues. Anything, Issa, that you want to comment before I begin my class?
Yes, maybe if some people were also having trouble with like the widgets part of the assignment, maybe we should try to cover
The
that.
widgets of which widgets of API?
The VAPI, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going
and
to discuss both.
okay.
Okay, welcome everybody. Today is Monday, the April 13th. What I want to do today is a couple of things with you. We have on the 22nd, right? Lev, what do we have on the 22nd?
We have a test.
Yeah, we have a test. So what I'd like to give you today, Lev, is a study guide. Okay, so I'd like to give you the study guide so you'll have enough time. So next Monday, you can even say, you know, Dr. Rush, I went through it all and I'm really good with it, but I have a couple of questions. Can you clarify it? You know, so I think that's good to give you ahead of time. Number one. Number two, I want to cover also your projects. Basically, what I've given you up to now is all of your projects. What we'll be doing on is I'll be having you each week refine it more, because it takes, every time it takes revisions. First pass is okay, but not good enough. And then we will also have issues that we will present. The issues we have is Wix has changed from last semester to this semester. From basically, we can think about it from December to March, which is what? January, February, in 3 months, it has changed. And guess what? VAPI is a platform of what? An AI, a voice AI agent, and it is trying to change. And guess what direction, if I asked you, Lev, what direction are both of these platforms? Wix for basically a website development, and VAPI is a platform for voice agents. The direction would be what? What are they trying to incorporate more of? What technology? Lev?
AI technology.
AI, artificial intelligence. They're trying to add then, Lev. I'm glad that you have so much fun in the class. We're having, right? Look how he has such a good smile, and he just is delighted to be in this class. So in this case, then we have then AI is being incorporated more and more into any type of technology. When software companies were going in the stock market were going down because they thought AI was being taken out, they're really deceptive, because all programs are just adding more AI features, just like your iPhone, just like any other hardware and software products. They're incorporating it more. When they're incorporating more, we have different issues. So the instructions that I gave you were from the last version of Wix and the last version of VAPI. So a couple of things are not working as we propose. Number one, the podcast, and number two is the VAPI voice agent. So for right now, this is for everyone, and then Isa maybe later on can make an announcement to everyone. I think we did, is for the voice agent, just put in your phone number. You should have your phone number, and in your phone number, it should then say, hi, welcome, and your company name, right, and what you do. And then in the second prompt, you should be able to put in, you want to be able to put in some text that allows it to talk about your individual company. I would put in who is your team, what is your mission, some of the services that you provide. So when somebody asks, and you can rehearse it when you do your presentations, and I'll ask each person to do it, is dial your number, put it on speakerphone, and ask, can you tell me who's on the team? Or can you tell me who's the CEO or who's the CFO? Can you tell me what's the mission of your company? And it should answer correctly. So you should be trying it out. Even if somebody put that in, your whole group should be trying out your phone numbers. So that's number one. Number two, on the podcast, the way that it's set up with the podcast is it asks for, right, Ian, what did it ask for? Some money that you're supposed to pay for something? What was your issue, Ian?
It asked me to do like the 7-day free trial of this like higher version of Wix.
But aren't you the higher version of Wix? You're what version of Wix? You're in the business plan, no?
Yeah, but it asked me to put in my credit card information for
No,
some.
you don't want to put in your credit card information, right? And I appreciate anytime you're going to ask for more money, you don't need to give them more credit card. But did you get a domain name, Ian? Who registered for it?
Luke has it, but we did have a domain name, yeah.
So did you upgrade to, and so Luke is the owner?
Yeah.
So maybe try, in that case, try Luke to do it.
Okay.
And what is your role in the company? What did he give you as the role?
He's CFO, I believe.
No, but I'm talking about Wix. You know, when Wix, the owner, he invites other team members. Check that out. Check two things: is try to get the owner to try it out, and if not, we'll do a workaround. Okay, Ian? I'm just thinking, because this is changing. Okay. So that's number two. So what I want to do today is I want to give a chance to give feedback to some groups that have proceeded further along. I'll give them feedback. And in group 6, they ran into a number of issues with Wix as well for the podcast, and they did a workaround. Okay, so pay attention in this case, and we'll have a recording of it as well. Plus, we're recording this as well on that. So let me share my screen. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. So everybody understand what we're going to do today? Sienna, you got it? So we're going to do review. We're going to look at the review and share, and I'll also go over some content as well. So I'm going to share my screen, and I appreciate you all coming today and joining me. Okay, so I'm going to go to my screen, and in this case, Catherine, what do you see on my screen? So make sure
the YouTube live stream.
A YouTube live stream, so everybody's doing well, everybody sees themselves, okay, and how great they look. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my content. I'm going to go to my what's due section first. And in my what's due section, I saw on April 13th, I saw before the class, you had the final project part 3. This final project part 3 is the last part, but what you're going to do is every week you're going to keep on improving it, finding issues, finding workarounds. You needed to read chapter 12, which was business analytics. I'll go over that with you this week. And then you have 2 articles here, one with what is ERP and analytics AI technologies. So in this case, for April 22nd, and let me make sure that my edit mode is off, so you see the same, I see the same thing as you do. So Catherine, do you see this also? You see my exam 2?
Yeah.
So exam 2, April 22nd is in person. On April 20th, we'll do a review, and we'll also do, people were like the Kahoot, so we'll do a Kahoot as well. And then it says continue editing, improving your website, and review, and making sure again that you know on April 22nd, which is already next week, you need to basically bring in your form ID, picture ID, cane card or government, arrive 10 minutes early so we can start right on time at 3:35 to give you the maximum amount of time. If you have extended approved time, you will be taking it with me in the computer lab. Okay, so we know that. And so let's look at exam review guide PDF. You have it attached right here. I like it attached right here because you don't have to go hunt for it. So this looks like very similar to the last week's review. I am continuing to add chapter 5 and 4, which was the database and the security, because it is so important. The advantage is you've already covered 5 and 4, so it's not going to be new. Also TG3, which is the cloud, chapter 14, which is artificial intelligence, chapter 10, which is the enterprise resource planning, and chapter 12, which is business analytics. Again, the same idea that we did before. Make sure it's closed note, closed book, closed AI software. Your phone is away from you. You don't want to even be compromised in any way that someone thinks that you're taking advantage, and you just you and Respondus, and it'll be the same format, same number of questions as last time. So you can kind of pace yourself. Those didn't know how long it should be. You can see how long you basically take for multiple choice versus open-ended questions. And again, you decide what you want to do first. So what I've given you is these are example links that you should read, and these are really good. One, it's good for the multiple choice questions, 2, for the topics, and 2, especially, they're very good for the open-ended questions. Okay, these are the multiple choice and these are the multiple choice questions. There'll be multiple choice, true, false, and you can see in chapter 5, it's the exact same topics in chapter 5, which we talk about data, we talk about data hierarchy, we talk about data management systems, the difference between that and the file system. We talk about primary versus secondary key, big data, micro data warehouses, remember, versus data warehouse marts, metadata, data dictionary, and API, application program interface, that we always even talk about. That application program interface is a way, for instance, Zoom, to get in connection with YouTube. The types of security, same idea of the types of security of what's an exposure, what's a threat, what's a vulnerability, the idea of risk, the idea of risk transfer, controls, whether we got a physical control, a communications control, an access control, administration control. Remember we talked about the roles in information systems, social engineering, exact same topics, just go over it. When you go over it, it should be coming back familiar. We talk about it all the time anyways. And then this is new, where we talk about cloud computing. We talk about the vendors, Amazon, Azure, and Google. We talk about, cloud computing. What is it? What are advantages? What are the disadvantages? This stands for infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. We talked about the public cloud. We talk about a private cloud. We talk about a hybrid cloud. We also talked about, this was the cloud, and we talked about something called a local and edge computing. Local is not using the internet, and edge a lot of times is using local and a bit of going to the internet, but not having to do a lot of latency, so it's closer. Chapter 14 deals with artificial intelligence, talking about all the subfields of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, supervised versus unsupervised training. This is important for artificial intelligence, because how do I get the data? How does it know what is my objective? How does it know what my hypothesis is? Supervised means what? That I, as the trainer, is giving it data sets to tell it not only what's the data, but when it's supervised, I give it the answers. And then have it do it on its own without having it have the answers, but I know what the answers are, and I can see when it does it incorrectly. It's almost like when I give you the quizzes, Luke, Sebastian, I give you the quizzes, right? You train yourself on that, and then I can give it to you. Then I can give it to you, maybe a couple of those questions on the test, right? And you're almost like trained with it. Well, the computer, you give it, for instance, if you want an image, let's say you give an X-ray, right? And you're looking for malignant versus non-malignant. It's really good. What is AI really good with? And machine learning and deep learning is looking for patterns. So I give it, hey, these are special, look at these look like tumors. Some of them are malignant, some of them are non-malignant. And then it tests it, and then I want the AI to start learning those patterns. And then in unsupervised training, Luke, Sebastian, what's interesting, in unsupervised training, I can give it cases and it can figure it out on its own. And it can come up with patterns that I, as the scientist, never even knew about. Wouldn't that be great? It's sometimes, when they think about AI in certain ways, in vision and in patterns, it can do a better job than humans can. A lot of times, almost in emotions and things like that, or maybe creativity, we as humans can do a better job. So unsupervised means the AI then trains itself. Supervised, you give it the answers, and it starts learning based on, you gave it the data, you gave it the answers, and it kind of makes those inferences of what's the connection. It may be even in finance. It may be, these are my good loan. These are loans that they paid me back. And these are the characteristic Luke. And then what? And then basically, these are my default loans. What were the characteristics of those people that defaulted on loans? And then later on, AI could tell me when there's a loan applicant, it can do the first pass and basically flag it and say, hey, Luke, this looks like you may not want to give a loan to this because it has these characteristics. So they're using it all the time and then later on unsupervised, you didn't even know to take those characteristics, and they can kind of figure out, hey, this group of loans were defaulted, and guess what? These were certain characteristics that you didn't even consider. That's unsupervised. The same thing, kind of like predicting for algorithms for trading. Generative AI, the Turing test, natural language processing. Then chapter 10 deals with transaction processing. It's going to be the difference between a transaction versus an online. Transactions are, processing is each transaction. You go through, let's say even Ian, you go to CVS and you buy maybe a candy bar, and what do? You can even self-check out, right? You slash that. Each time you do something, that's going to be a transaction. Online transaction means that immediately you go in and reserve a flight online. That's online transaction. Batch is you don't get the seat right away. It may be in payroll. They basically maybe accumulate your hours together, and at the end of every 2 weeks or at the end of every month, they process your checks and send it to the bank. That's batch. So when I go and maybe I'm paid hourly, I can't go and grab that hourly wage at the end of today. I have to wait till the end of the month because it's batch. And functional information systems are just like our departments in the business school. And enterprise resource planning we talked about is basically software. And what's an enterprise? A large organization, and an enterprise then will do that. ERP systems, extended procurement, and chapter 12, which is your last chapter, which deals with business analytics, which is descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. And we'll go over that today. So that's the first part. That's the multiple choice. And then here are some other parts on the descriptive. And these are the questions. One is, this is a similar question that I gave you, I think, from the last exams about database management systems versus traditional file systems. A lot of times when you do these questions, it will also help you for the multiple choice. Because what's the difference between a traditional file system and a database management system? Who cares? What are going to be the differences? Identify 2 major problems inherent in the file system that a database helps report. Remember, in the traditional, there's a lot of redundancy. Each department has your information. Each department has all your demographics separated, right? That it's going to be. And finally, define the data hierarchy and explain the purpose of a primary key within a database. Number 2 talks about security controls, explain 3 types, and give an example. This one is new on defining cloud computing, edge computing, local processing for each, state 1 advantage and disadvantage. So you need to know what's the definition. So you need to find the definition of all 3 of these. And what I'd like to see is think about business use cases for cloud computing. And cloud computing, we all deal with the cloud, right? When you're going to be saving your work or you're going to be saving your pictures, all of it is using the cloud. But here in cloud computing, we're usually talking about the enterprise. And the enterprise in cloud computing is that we're going to have the computing done on Amazon Web Services, on their hardware, using their software, using their platform operating systems. And here you want to include one example from your assignments. So I'd like you to go over those questions. And some of you may even want to go over these questions. And even on Wednesday, you're welcome to ask me, this is what I found. I'm not understanding something here. Here you need to know if infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, giving examples. Here is a question about generative AI. What's its purpose? How does it differ? All of you know generative AI. ChatGPT is a great example Gemini Pro, right, as an example. What about mitigating hallucinations? How is generative AI used in your project? Here's about an AI agent. Here's about the subfields of AI. How do you apply it to AI operations? And number 8 looks like what? It looks like this, Brennan. What? What is an AI caller? What are 3 of the key features of AI caller systems? How do AI caller phone callers work? What are the benefits? List 4 benefits and 2 disadvantages in your response. Make sure you incorporate specific examples from your most recent assignments to illustrate how these agents function in practice. So, what do you think, Brennan? Comments? Catherine, is everything clear on that?
Yeah, it's just like the last one.
Just like no surprises, is it?
No.
So it'll be I think the stress level will go down,
Yeah.
right? And those that you didn't expect last time, you said, oh, now I know I have to concentrate more on the open-ended questions and get that more down. I need to get more detail. Some of you in the open-ended questions were too brief, didn't show enough examples. Some of you mixed up terms, authentication versus authorization, things like that you got points off. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. Anything else? Okay, so I think we're ready. So that's mine. I'd like to do today, so everybody can keep track of that, is to go to, let me share my screen and go to the next, look at your audit area. So I'm going to go share. So everybody's clear on this. Any question, Catherine, anything I need to address in the chat on that?
No.
Okay, perfect. Once people go through it, then they can see it. And then there's here, if I go to I'm in my audit section, what I like is everybody has put in their URL, their final URL. And then I see here, I believe if I look at it, beautiful, everybody has their URL, right? And if you can see on that, we have a group 6, Catherine, which is your group with Hunter, Ela, and Tatiana, is that correct?
Yeah.
And it's called Marketing Smarter.
Our company's name is Smart Marketing, but that was the domain that was available to us.
Okay, fine. And did you try? Okay, and you
Yeah,
didn't.
I tried everything. Like
Did you try
nothing was
like
available.
underscore or a dash?
Yeah, and like numbers, nothing was really
But
working for us.
you know what's interesting. So you know that everybody's
It's
into
a common name. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay, fine. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll have you share your screen and you can show me what you have. Plus you can show me how you did a workaround for your podcast.
Okay.
Perfect. So Isa, if you could start recording as well. Let me start too.
Issa's currently like
Okay,
messing
so
around in like the editing section,
okay,
but
so I'll record too on mine.
okay.
Let me see.
So the issue that I ran into with the podcast was that you have to pay for to enter what Issa put in to her video. So instead, you can just add a button, and then if you go to our actual podcast or our actual website and you click on this, it's just gonna bring you straight to the MP3 that you downloaded. So you still download it the same way like Issa showed us, but
Okay.
instead you just have to like put in the link to it. You can't add a podcast player.
Okay, so it's not in a podcast player. So if you go to your edit mode, you'll just do it as, can you go to your edit?
Yeah, hold on. I don't know how to get this to go away.
What are you trying to do now?
Sorry.
Yeah.
In the editing mode, what do you want me to show?
Just in the edit mode, where was your button?
Oh, you can like just add any of the buttons here.
Okay, right. So just add, right, on the edit, you're just gonna add a
And then
button
you can, yeah, and you can just change what it says and then link it to whatever you want to link it to.
and link it to. And you're linking it to what?
Well, if you go in here, it says, it just links to my MP3 that I downloaded.
Okay. So you downloaded an MP3 and where'd you download
Yeah.
it?
I think it was convert something.
Oh, so you did an
This
MP3.
one. Yeah. So you just like take the Notebook LM podcast and you put it into the website that Issa showed us to, and then
Right.
you just download it as an MP3.
That's an
And
MP3.
then it's really easy because once you download it as an MP3, it also gives you the link to it as well.
Okay. It gives you the link and the link will always remain.
Yeah, and the nice thing with like having it as a button here is it brings you straight to like a page where it's just the podcast. Like
Okay.
there's nothing else involved.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to see?
So anyways, in terms of listen to our podcast, so that's great. And later on, you can even let them know that you can create a podcast for them. Okay, so let's start in the regular mode. As if I were coming, okay. So I have in the menu mode. So in the corner here, I have you have a smart logo, which is good. And then you
Mm-hmm.
have home, services, apps, contact, and social media. And you have
Mm-hmm.
preserving your legacy against
Corporate
corporate
giants.
giants, and we empower local small business with automated search presence and reputation ensuring your unique voice remains heard. So who is this for?
Small businesses, because we're a marketing company that is trying to help like take local businesses that may not exactly have the resources to have their own marketing team like a bigger company would, and we help them like through AI just to market, and like we follow the trends that other companies are doing and see how we can like have these small businesses have the competitive edge on bigger businesses that may be in the same like realm as them, but we want them to get there first.
Okay. You see this, we empower local business with automated search presence and reputation. Are
Change it?
you using reputation management tools, ensuring your unique voice remains heard? Okay, I would even put some of the things that you just said there.
Okay.
No, yours almost give it as almost like a little scenario. Are you a small company that you don't have enough time to do your own marketing? We'll help
Okay.
you use AI or something like that
Yeah.
to get more in their language to grab them. Because of
Okay.
preserving your legacy, I almost feel like preserving your legacy, I almost feel like they passed away. You know how I want to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
somebody's in a
Okay.
funeral, right?
No, that makes
And I want to
sense.
keep. So I'd rather even put it like as a question: Are you are you being overwhelmed with all your tasks, and you can't
Okay.
even compete? So I'd rewrite
Okay.
that. Anything that I'm telling you, Catherine, and your group, it would be
I'm
for
writing
everyone.
it. Yeah, I'm writing it down as well.
Yeah,
So,
and have some of your groups write it down as well. Do
okay.
you understand that? But have that kind of like grab them. This looks like preserving your legacy. I thought, oh, my grandpa died and I want to preserve him, right? Right.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
would be, you agree with me?
Yeah, I
And
do.
then here, this picture,
That was just one that like
I would put
the
another
Wix.
picture.
Okay, what
I
do
know.
you?
You got it?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you having coffee time? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah, okay.
It doesn't tell me anything about, and it gives me a boring chart there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
would find something, okay, and go down. And that's what I'm saying. They give you something, so it's a great start. So what I would tell each group is those books that, you know, those pictures they get from you here. And then the same thing, read over, redo your mission. Again, that legacy. You know,
Okay.
preserving, I don't want to preserve the legacy. What I want to do is I want to help you do marketing that you can increase your sales or get closer to your customer, or, you know,
Okay.
help your business, and you just don't have a time. So redo, and the beauty here is put it into, I have no problem you putting it into any other generative AI tool, but just keep
Okay.
on prompting it and give it the scenario what you want. You want it to give a hook to your small businesses. Great. Okay,
Okay.
what else do I see?
The
The minds of
goods.
our mission. Okay. And in this place, what I see, they're good is here. And do I click here to find out about these people, or what do I do?
No, should I add more about each
Yes,
person?
either have more about them or have another area to click on, founder and strategy lead, and have what grabbing what you do, and also maybe your background, you know, of what you're going to help the company with.
Okay.
Just
And
do that.
then
So add that. Ready to
this
scale, contact us. Okay, and where do you have your VAPI number?
down here.
Okay, contact us. I would put that AI assistant, contact us. You made a Gmail account?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so everybody see that she made a Gmail account that's unique. Later on, we can do it. This I would also put above, and I would do something about our AI voice agent. And I would put that on top too. I would put it in a
Put it in the header.
put it in the header, put it in the bottom, put it everywhere that they can contact you.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt to
Perfect.
have it all there. And maybe, okay, and then where are your apps? Have you done, everybody did videos?
Well, yeah, do you want to go to services or do you want to go straight to apps?
Let's go straight to apps so we can get feedback on straight to apps. Okay, so here, maybe Catherine present on how can benefit the companies through various functionality, how Gemini can create logos. Great. Do you show that? How to create
Yes, I
logos?
show like I'm not gonna lie, I may have to redo
Yeah.
my video. It's really
Okay,
long.
it's first draft.
Okay.
It's not
But
lying here. It's, I want to get something out,
yeah,
right? And then I'll go back and improve it. But if I don't have something out, right? And then you want
yeah.
to make it dynamic, how long is it?
It's 10 minutes, so it definitely has to be cut down. It's
Yeah,
just like
cut
in
down.
it.
Nobody's gonna, yeah. And
Yeah.
you do that. And you know what? You may even hear, here's my 5-minute video. And if you want more detail, here's my 10-minute video.
Okay.
You may not even want, you'll see how it is. You may not even want to ruin it. You know what I mean? Reuse it,
Yeah.
reusability. And then you may even want to have shorter versions that you
Yeah.
can put in your social media,
Okay.
like a minute, like cut them down and maybe have like a less than 1 minute, right? A 5-minute, and if need be, a 10-minute. Usually 10 minutes, in my opinion, is too long, even do part
Yeah.
1 and part 2, you know,
Yeah.
break it down. Okay. What I want to encourage everyone here, and we're using you as an example, Catherine, right?
Okay.
Is your video should tell your potential customer, what can you do for them? Just to
Okay.
do, it's great. You have Gemini, just to do Google Gemini. A lot of people know what's a big deal. I prompt and I get an answer. I prompt and I get it, but for you. Okay. And what's the
Yeah.
other one? And Eli's doing Canva
Canva,
AI.
and
Okay.
then Notebook
Not
LM,
them.
and
Okay.
then
Hunter's
Claude.
Claude. Okay. The other one you may want to even consider, everyone, is how to do a voice agent.
Okay.
Happy. Isn't that great? What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, because we already know how to do it, so it
You
wouldn't even
already
be
know how to
hard.
do. Why not give it out? Have somebody do it, of creating an AI voice agent for you. And then you can even say, have another person basically answer your phone calls first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prevent from the spams, you know, things like that. And then maybe even say, we can do it for you, or we can teach you how.
Okay.
That'd be great for marketing. right? I'd add another one for Vappy. And what about social media?
Up here, I just have like all of these linked, like you can click on any of them and they're gonna bring
Okay,
you
are
to our.
are they doing them now?
Yeah, we have posts on every account. So,
Okay, and then have each other follow them. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and we're like engaging with the, okay, that one's not
Engage, you
post.
know what I mean? And you even can do like little short reuse it. Take some of those videos you haven't and take short ones, have
Yeah,
one,
we have been.
have
But
one on, everybody can even have one on. Do you know how to do an AI voice agent, to get it to
mhm,
talk about your company, your services, your business, something like that? And you can do a short little one, take
okay,
them and edit them on
okay.
those. Okay, what else?
Do you want to see like
What
all the
else?
social media?
What? No, just the stuff
Okay.
and
For like our
contact.
contact page, is this like fine? Like it's just a place for them to.
You know what I would do there? Contact us, and I'd also put in your phone number right there too. Your Vappy phone.
Okay. The
Contact.
Vappy phone number? Okay.
Yeah, put it in there too. Keep on advertising it.
Yeah.
And you know
And
what this is
then,
also going to be good for, Catherine, is when
yeah.
you show it to a potential interview.
Mm-hmm.
They'll see it. Oh, you can
Yeah.
do voice agent. You'll tell them, we'll teach you how to do voice agents. Nobody knows how to do voice agents.
Yeah.
They never don't even know what a voice AI agent is, let alone, hey, you can do that for me. Fantastic. And services?
This one's just like the 6 overall services.
Okay. Okay. And then what do you do after that? That's it?
Yeah, that's kind of like everything I think I have
No, but
so
I mean,
far.
okay, local
Oh,
business. Do you show anything? Do you have a link or something with that?
no. What do you think like should be
I
added
think
to
you
this?
should add to that. Show local SEO and business profile, maybe on the services overview. And then maybe you should say, I would say for each group, put that you'll do a free consultation that they can sign up.
Okay.
You can even do as a possibility, you can look into, think and write it down, Catherine and everyone else, a Zoom. You can set up a Zoom, schedule a Zoom with a calendar. And the only way you can set up like a Zoom session within Wix, check it out. This is what it used to be, is that you needed your own Zoom account. You know how now we're using um, the schools? If you get a free one, then you can even connect it with Wix. See if it'll work. But I would do basically contact us for a free consultation.
What do you think it'll be under?
Under what? Look under, in terms of Wix,
Yeah.
look under Zoom, the Zoom connection.
I just feel like this might be the same thing as like the podcast where you would have to pay
Yeah,
for it again.
ask to see if is there something on Zoom.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you have to
See what it is, but if it doesn't, and I'll
it's
do some
like
research on it too. You know what I
the
mean?
apps
Yeah, on
where
the
you
apps and see if Zoom. Wix
yeah, if you want
booking.
to
Yeah, a Wix booking would be good if you could do
these
a
are just the
calendar.
things you have to pay for, that's the
Oh yeah,
thing.
okay.
So
Don't
we
pay for
can't really
it.
use these. So
No,
what would you
okay.
want us to do instead? Like more of
These
a calendar link or
a
something where they
calendar
could
link.
sign up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calendar link, and also say that you're doing first hour free consultation
Okay.
for your services.
Okay. I think that's everything that we
I
have
think
so
that's
far.
everything. And just so
Yeah.
for everyone, change your pictures that are meaningful, that they're not these drab kind of, coffee cups and a graph, but it's good enough. And then do the mission. You can stop recording. Then do the missions, redo your mission, and grab it. Have it to be something that grabs you. And basically, what does any company want to do like yours? Is what is your problem? Anticipate what their problem is, and you have a solution for them. And I would put, your services that you're also going to, you can give them a voice, AI caller, and you can either teach them, you can provide it for them, a phone and describe what it is. You can find out with it, we can give you a phone number where, it will talk about your business, answer your calls, make schedules for you, do customer support, and transfer you to a human. Because what people are afraid of, Catherine, is I'm going to be stuck. And you know how you get stuck with those automations and all you want to do is give me human, along with it, and we'll transfer you to a human. So you can put even some of the things that, are from our readings, on those clicks, and also what even VAPI says. Take from VAPI what they, how they describe their services, what you can use. And look at their templates, right? Customer support, scheduling. But you're on the roll. Very good. What do you think, Isa? She around?
Yeah, I'm here. I think it's great. It looks
Fantastic.
really good. They're really far along.
Yeah, far along, and then you just need to get, so you got that. If there's, the podcast, listen to our listen, maybe you want to add to it, listen to our podcast of our company or something, our company podcast or something like that. And then I would do that too. We can create a podcast for you. So even in the Notebook LM, who was that Tatiana who was doing the Notebook LM?
Yeah, Tatiana did it.
Tatiana, I would emphasize doing a podcast for the companies, for the marketing companies. And we can add on to and we can give it on any length, short. Do you cover that, Tatiana? Tatiana here?
On how to make the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I showed it.
Okay, so I would emphasize that in your description.
Okay.
And then add that in your services.
Okay.
Creating a podcast, right? Who know how to do that about your company? That is maybe creating a podcast, voice generated, AI generated. AI generated the team approach or something.
Okay.
That's inciting. What else? So let me do a couple of things with you. Any other questions? I think we got it. Anyone else want me to see what they have? Any group?
Could you look at my groups?
Sure. Let me share. Why don't you do this? Why don't you share it? Hold on. Let me just stop sharing, Ian. So that way you can.
Okay, 1 second.
The more feedback I can give you, the better you're off.
Okay, so let me.
So everything that we learned in class, why not give it as a service? That's what I say. So you want your published version. Okay. So we got Mind Mesh AI, Master Academic Pressure with Responsible AI Mental Health Support. Okay. Start your journey. Again, the same thing, Ian. You agree? Go up a little bit. That looks awfully depressing with that chair and an empty chair with a laptop. Don't you agree?
Yeah, so we can change that.
Yeah, change it. But everybody that had a, I don't know, Master Academic Pressure, Responsible AI Mental Health. So you want to say, okay. Okay, and what is Start Your Journey? That button there. Does that work?
No, it doesn't actually work. So we
Okay,
have to
so
like link it to
anything, and you want, Ian, and this is for everybody in your groups. It is your responsibility, and Catherine, the same thing. Everybody has to check everything of everybody's group. Catherine, if Tatiana, you want to check her video, give her constructive feedback, right? She gives you constructive, hey, why don't you do this? Maybe even you decide, hey, why don't we do it together one? You decide how you want to do it. Make it a little bit happy, funny, especially in your social media. I would make it things that could possibly be viral and things like that. Okay, so anytime there's a button, so you know this. In Mind Mesh AI, maybe I'd find for everybody like a little moniker, a little saying or something of 3 or 4 words that they get it. Master academic pressure, responsible AI, mental health support. That's kind of serious, right? Which is good, but maybe we want to have this somewhere else and have it more, what is the problem? How can AI help me, or something? Stressed in school, in exams, have AI responsibly help you, or something like that. That's how I would do it. Okay, go ahead. Pictures, everybody, it's the same for everybody. Okay. What else do you want to show me, Ann? Our mission here, Mind Mesh, helps college. Reread that. I'm not going to take my time right now. We teach students
Okay.
how to responsibly. That picture, all those pictures you can change. Okay. AI sound, we curate. Chat GPT-4, journaling, Goblin Tools Task, Wobot, and Replica. Okay. So you can are you actually going to show those?
Oh, sure. Okay.
What about Wobot, CBT Core? What happens there?
If you want to press start reflection.
Yeah, what is it?
Uh, so none of our buttons actually work yet, but
Okay, okay, all
yeah.
right. Okay. And have you done videos?
Yeah, they're up here.
Okay. Okay, just go down a little bit. Okay, the same thing. You see that it needs to be descriptions, just like look at group 6 even.
Okay, I can take a look.
Yeah. And you may want to try to get the front sheet to look good. You know what I mean? Like your
Mhm.
cover of these to get those. Wobot tutorial, Andrew, go down. Right. And you want to say, just to have him, you need descriptions. Why am I going to click on that?
Okay.
I'm going to be teaching me. And does
And then,
your social media, does it work?
yeah.
All those
the-
links? You want to
Yeah,
make
all,
sure?
all these work. Should I click one of them?
Yeah, click on them just to see if they're, yeah, I don't need to do it. You can click them on your own here. And so did you get your phone number,
Um,
your
yeah,
AI?
so our VAPI thing, like remember the widget thing wasn't working. So should we just add, so for step 7, should we just add it to like a website somewhere?
Add it to website and put the phone number. Talk to our talk to our AI
Okay.
agent. You know what I mean? Talk to our
Mhm.
agent. It can give you ideas on how to proceed, and
Mhm.
they could even talk to it for their issues, for their problems.
Okay.
And put
So,
it everywhere. Put it on the bottom, put it in the top,
okay.
and then make sure it works. That when, just like they did before, is call our agent, or call our AI
Okay.
for
And
help,
then
because it could help then in their AI. These are my problems with the masters. Okay. What else?
so our you told us to do like 3 free services.
Yeah, that's fine. So
So
this
like,
is nice, Catherine, if you look at what he did. Okay, show that, right? And how much am I going to charge? You just say free support. Okay, and what am I going to do? How am I going to get that AI general? How do I sign up for it?
okay.
So you have to figure out how you're going to sign up for it. Oh, I want it. Or
Mhm.
do I just, I'm ready to go. I want those.
Okay.
Or maybe have in that one, have an example or something like that.
Mhm. So I had a question. So for
Sure.
the podcast, so should we just for step 6 would just like doing the workaround that like Catherine's group did like
Exactly.
okay.
And then, you have Catherine and her group. You can contact her as well. You
Okay.
mind, Catherine?
Not at all.
Not at
Okay.
all. So
Thank you.
that's why we want to help each other. Perfect. We don't want to pay for anything. And these things, and you guys really of getting learning is finding workarounds, attaching it to a button.
Mhm. And then sorry to
Sure.
just for clarification, and then Because you know how our my group had issues with 6 and 7. So for 7, just put the phone number on the website, then that's fine.
Yeah, but put them in separate, put them on the
Okay.
front, top, put them in the bottom.
Okay.
And you
Thank
may
you.
want to even do what I would do, Ian, just like the other ones, is do a video on how to do an AI caller, you know? But
Okay,
especially,
thanks.
but maybe, you know, that people can have their own AI callers and call. Or
Thank you.
maybe even, you know what yours would be good in, Ian, that you can go over 1-800 chat GPT that
Okay.
people can call, right?
Okay.
As a possibility, but you want to show your agent too, and then you want to show how your agent works. So maybe you would even want to have a video showing how your agent works and how you could get advice from your agent. I'm stressful. Could you, I have an exam, and since it has an LLM attached to it, a language model, Ian, you could then converse, you could record it and even show, hey, we've set up this phone number. You can call our phone number and ask it questions. For instance, I'm stressed. I'm having an exam on April 22nd, and I have 2 parts, multiple choice and open-ended. Help me address the issues, or can you give me some breathing exercises we can do together
Okay.
to reduce the stress, something like that, and use it as one of your videos. And then what you should do, Ian, everybody in your group should be checking everybody else's video and giving them feedback on how to improve it. Because first time around, is it ever what we want? No, right? It's like from AI, it's never what we want the first time around. And when we record a video, we don't want to just slap it in. We want to have something good. And you may even want to have a slide or something in the beginning. So your first screen will be something that can be basically flattering, to the topic area
Mhm.
as being the first screen, and then succinct. How long are they? Nobody usually wants more than 5 minutes. And then you could do a couple of those with social media. You could even take some of those in the shorter clips of it and put it into your social media. Basically, and maybe the issues that you have, maybe describing what are, looking at different AI bots that are not even ChatGPT, but others that are trying to do under for helping for study tips or something like that, or for the stress. And then talk about what is the problem you're trying to solve in the beginning,
All right,
make
thank you.
that clear. But you're on the road. Now refine it, that my whole purpose too, Ian, is that when you're going to be showing somebody this afterwards, they can say, oh, wow, you can do that. And almost say that, we're doing the podcast, and maybe it'll be even, you can put, this is a good idea too, Ian, is maybe for therapists. Ian, write it down. You reach out to therapists, that it can be a combination. We're looking for therapists to help work with AI. And for the therapist, you say, we can create for you an AI agent and a podcast for yourself.
All right, thank you.
And wouldn't that be great? So you're
Yeah, that's
kind
a
of
good
saying
idea.
that that's a great idea. So therapists, they say, I don't know how to do an agent. Even if I wanted to use AI, they know how to use ChatGPT probably, but they wouldn't know how to do an AI caller, or they wouldn't know how to do a podcast. We can do it for you as well. And we're looking for therapists. You can even put that as a note. We're looking for therapists to join us in our way that will help you. You know what I mean? And then when they go, we can refer our clients to you, because that's what you want, right? That after a while, it's not going to be alone. A lot of times you just need a therapist or somebody to guide you along, a human along with the AI. AI can give me ideas, but it's not enough. I want that human contact. We're looking for volunteers to work with our AI. I think this was a useful session. Wasn't it, Maggie, that we can, now we see where we're going. Now we're refining, and now we're going to be proud of it. Now, and I want you to say, hey, you know a lot. And then later on, it'd be good for folks. Do you know how to do a, from Zoom? Do you know how to do a recording on Zoom and to live stream to YouTube? Of course you do, right? You could put that as a service too.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great idea? Make that as one of the videos. How to stream it, and we can give that as a service. We'll teach you, or we'll do it for you. We'll create it, right? We'll create Zoom meetings for you where you in the same time stream live to YouTube or stream live to YouTube or Facebook. We can teach you how to do it, or we can do it for you. And Catherine, that can be one of your right? One of your services. Can you teach it? Sure. And then why do I want all of you to show that as a service? Because then people, when they are thinking about hiring you for real, they say, oh, can you really do that? That's not just a demo? And you say, of course I can. Did you know it before? No, but now I do. And I'm telling you, if you asked 95% of the people, they wouldn't know how to do it. So you have something to contribute that's real, and everybody knows Zoom, everybody knows YouTube, but nobody knew I could stream it live. And then you can tell them, you could teach them how to make revenue from it, or get closer to customer. In the Zoom, you'd have it open where you show people their faces, and on live on YouTube, could be anonymous. You could get new clients, or you can make your YouTube, if you don't want that information, you can make it unlisted or private, right? That you'd only give it out for my excellent customers. You know what I mean? So that some things I would want public and some things I would want private, that, are select. You know how they always do the VIP room? They always charge you more. What am I getting as VIPs? You ever seen that, Catherine? Right? What am I getting? So you can tell them for your VIPs, you can charge to be on your private viewing, and or my private Zoom, or not even charge, just being part of our members for a select group. Nobody's going to pay you anything that you can do. And then you can also offer that service. And then you can say, and we offer live Zoom meetings for you as customers, and we provide a YouTube, we stream on YouTube, so you can see it afterwards. You can offer the service, Catherine, and also you can teach them how to do the service. We'll show you how we do it, and if you'd like it, we can teach you, or we can provide that service.
Yeah, like the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast, and like the Zoom and YouTube. Live on YouTube. And you could say, we'll be doing monthly or weekly on the latest trends, and we'll invite you to our latest Zoom webinars. And then we'll invite guest speakers of major people, in your industry or in marketing. Fantastic. Think about it as real. And what could I give somebody in AI? Anything else? I think we really went through it. I think it was excellent. Okay, so Isa, can you be so kind and get our attendance underway through the chat? And Catherine and Ian, I appreciate both of you for one is taking up and showing us what you have. And once we have it, then we have food for thought to talk about. And whatever we're doing for both of your groups, it pertains to everyone. That's the learning process here, that everybody can see that, and it pertains to everyone. And it's interesting. It's Ian, we almost like rehearsed it, where Ian had that question earlier on, and then you resolved it. He said, I didn't want to pay with my credit card. What can I do to get around it? And
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So we help each other. That's the beauty, isn't it? Fantastic.
Have a good day.
You too. Ciao. And you said we gotta get up some instructions to be able to showcase that.
Dr. Rush, I have a question.
Sure. Let me
I-
just, is this personal or is this about the project?
the project.
Okay, so I'll leave the recording on.
I am doing the section where I'm adding the phone number and everything, like from VAPI to the website. And I'm stuck at the part where it wants me to, like it says that under the agent and like the assistant, that there's a section that says widget, but I don't have that on my screen at all.
That's what we just went over.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
my audio completely cut out. I'm really sorry
Okay, so
about that.
basically contact Isa about it, but I'll tell you in general what it is. Just put the phone number.
Okay, and I
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
rewatch this on the cloud also if I missed that part, right?
Yes, but you
Okay.
can read good, but really what you missed is that that widget is not working well in the new version of Wix, and VAPI took it off. So
Yeah.
what you want to do is just showcase your phone number of your and put it in the top of your website and in the bottom and tell people contact our AI, call our AI voice agent and give them your
Okay.
phone number.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So you don't even need to you're welcome to rewatch it, but you don't need to because
Yeah.
just put in their phone number.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Vivian, what's up? Question. Is it about the project?
My
Vivian?
question was answered. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Keep up the good attitude. Ian, what's up? Is it about do you want me to shut down? Let me shut down the